Welcome to another episode of Who Got That Inheritance Deal. Today we're looking at the state of California. Out of 3 million inheritance properties posted as Successors Data that you can find them in the platform called leadcruncher.com, 220,000 of them belong to California. Next to California, then it is Texas and Florida for the highest number of the inheritance property records. Properties in California, as you will notice in this video, the prices are much higher than Florida, Ohio, Michigan, but the margins are also higher. Flying from our office in Altaloma, California to Fremont, California, looking at the property that belonged to the late Saul Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez passed away sometimes in 2023, and Visionary Development LLC contacted the family, bought this property for $968,000. That is worth $1.7 million. Talk about a jackpot. This is a jackpot. Next, flying to Selma, California. Looking at the property that belonged to the late Richard Whitaker, property at 2128 Mercedes Street. Red Fox LLC contacted the family and bought this property directly for $145,000. The Z estimate on this property is $249,000. Next, flying to El Monte, California. We're looking at the property that belonged to the late Rachel Sanchez, address 2333 Parkway Drive. L&A Financial Group LLC picked up this property on January 26th of this year for $420,000. The Z estimate on this property is $772,000. Now, California, higher prices, higher margins. Let's fly to Sacramento, California. Looking at the property at 4809 Baker Avenue in Sacramento that belonged to the late Patsy Trujillo, passed away on August 14, 2022, and on 11/21/2023, Tebbles Property Solutions LLC contacted the family and picked up this property for $200,000. The Z estimate is $343,000. By the Z estimate, we're talking about the fixed up value. Flying to Fair Oaks, California. Looking at the property that belonged to the late Louis McCulkin, property at 5331 Remwood Drive, Fair Oaks. Junkers to Jewels LLC picked up this property for $275,000, almost 50 cents on a dollar, and the property value is $523,000. Here's another jackpot. Flying to Pinole, California. Looking at the property that belonged to the late Linda Kettering, passed away on March 16, 2022, and on January 17, 2024, New Chances California LLC picked up this property for $103,000. The Z estimate is $568,000. Flying to South San Francisco, looking at the property that was owned by the late Katie Parker, property at 2400 Terrell Lane. Dynasty Institute LLC picked up this property for $900,000. The Z estimate on the property is $1,448,000. Flying to Farmsville, California. Looking at the property that was owned by the late Joyce Fleck, A&A Dillman LLC picked up this property for $50,000 on 12/21/2023. Z estimate on this property is $118,000. Flying to Fresno, California. We're looking at a property that was owned by the late Happy Bartlow, property at 4887 North Glen Avenue in Fresno. Gray Magent LLC bought this inheritance property from the heirs for $270,000 on January 22nd, 2024. The Z estimate is $438,000. Flying to Los Angeles, California. We're looking at the property that was owned by the late Gilberto Huerta, property at 1524 Northeastern Avenue in Los Angeles. This property was purchased by the LLC called 7103 Hannum. They paid $405,000 for this property, and the Z estimate for this property is $726,000. Flying from Los Angeles to Oakland, California. We're looking at the property that was owned by the late Geraldine Ford, property at 3282 Madero Avenue in Oakland. This inheritance property was purchased by Level Up One Development Group LLC. They paid $660,000 for this property, and the Z estimate is $1,029,000. Next, we're going to Fair Oaks, California. Looking at the property that was owned by the late Florence Hall, property at 5205 Maui Way in Fair Oaks. This inheritance property was purchased by Bella Meat Holding LLC for $267,000, and the Z estimate on this property is $448,000. Flying to San Jose, California, we're looking at an inheritance property that was owned by the late Faye Merizek. Ms. Merizek passed away on July 16, 2021. On 2/28/2024, Z California Homes LLC picked up this property for $825,000 directly by contacting the heirs. The Z estimate is $1.3 million. Here's another jackpot. Going back to the city of San Bernardino, this inheritance property was owned by Evelyn Bezo. AMS Properties Investment LLC bought this inheritance property for $312,000. The Z estimate is $492,200. Finally, looking at the property in Palmdale, California. Cedric Cheney owned this inheritance property at 36426 Sinaloa Street in Palmdale. Arbitrage Homes LLC picked up this property for $320,000. The Z estimate is $507,000. If you like the content of this video, you find more videos like it on my channel. We hear this from people all the time, but those little mouse clicks will go a long way to help me in the algorithm. So please click the little thumb guy. Please subscribe and help yourself with all my tools linked in the description. These are tools me and my teams have developed over the years. Tools I wish I had when I started in real estate. Thank you for watching and have a great day.